This is Bengals Nation with Coach Marvin Lewis, presented by Tri-Health.
Welcome to Bengals Nation. Jen Dalton here alongside Bob Herzog at the Holy Grail. It is our final show of the season. Let's take a moment. Another one for the books.
Yep.
Another season. It's gone.
I told myself I wasn't going to cry.
I know it's hard.
All right, but I might. It's a sad moment, but we're still going to have a good time. All right, we are going to just push right on through, have a great time. Our guest tonight, I should say, is Bengals safety Taylor Mays. He'll be hanging out over the Eichler Golf Cars table, signing autographs. And then, of course, we'll have the Bud Light football toss before all is said and done.
Yeah.
Up on the Bengals Nation stage, we'll have Argo Lynn. They are back with us again this week. Going to do a great job, I imagine. I know. I don't just imagine. Other thing I know, Marvin's Must. Brought to you by Northgate Mall. That's coming up in a little while, too.
Cannot miss that. And for one last time this year, I'm going to go ahead and send it over to Brad and Coach. Guys, I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and I know that you are as sad as we are that this is the last show of the season.
So hard to say goodbye.
Thank you, Jen. Merry Christmas to you. You guys really got to get it under control. You know, the season's got to end at some point. And we're going to wrap it up here. It's the final regular season game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll look back to last week, look ahead to this one. So much to do in this half hour. First, let's send it back to the Holy Grail and Mike.
All right, thanks a lot, Brad. We're joined tonight at the Eichler Golf Car Autograph Table for the final time this season by Bengals safety Taylor Mays. We'll talk with Taylor about his role on the team and why this version of the Bengals might be better equipped for playing in January. All that and more with Taylor coming up later in the show. In the meantime, let's send it back to you and Coach Lewis.
Mike, thanks very much. Coach, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Brad.
Comes to the same time every year, and you kind of got to wind the season down. You got to work around the holidays, but as we've talked about over the last couple of weeks, it's been very emotional. It's obvious a playoff situation for you. How do you ground yourself? I know you try not to change anything. It's routine, but there are obvious emotions that play into this during the holiday season.
Well, you know, I think the good thing is, the last couple of years we've been able to finish with the home game, which is great around the holidays for our players. But this year going on the road, but they still have family, friends come in, and so forth. So it's great for them to be able to spend some time. They're around. I think it just brings people closer together, and so that's good for the football team.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but first, let's send it into the locker room, hear what the players have to say about facing the Steelers.
But that's a good team, you know, and they got good athletes and good coaches. So, I mean, and it's like you said, it's coming down to the division. So we're just more than grateful to go up here and have a second chance to make it right.
Tri-Health encourages you to enjoy the holiday season with these healthy eating tips. First, don't skip meals. Eat slowly and drink plenty of water. Also, drink alcohol in moderation only. Focus on maintaining your weight, not losing your weight during the holidays, and take a walk between dinner and dessert. Eat fresh fruits and veggies and enjoy your family. From our Tri-Health family to yours, celebrate merrier and live better. Time now to send it over to Brad and Coach.
Jen, thanks very much. 15 down, 1 to go, Coach, for the regular season. And it's been an interesting year. Leah still on the front page of a lot of papers out there. You're dealing with that. Ton of injury issues. You seem to have that a bunch of years. Is this a unique year, or is this just another one of those in this mixed bag where you get used to going, I don't know what I'm going to get dealt with this year, but we're going to deal with it?
Yeah, I think every year kind of the season goes through that way, that there's going to be trials, tribulations, highs, lows that happen throughout the season, and you just got to try to keep them smoothed out as best you can and continue to move forward, keep the team focused on what the task is at hand, and always improving.
Injuries have played a huge role in this one. Marvin Jones never made the field. Vontaze Burfict, you thought might be able to get back, not going to be able to get back. Tyler Eifert started out like a house of fire in his first game, couldn't make it back for you. There are key guys for every team that you lose, but that's part of the maturation process of guys who step up and go, I really can handle these jobs, isn't it?
Right, it really is, but ironically, don't forget our right tackle.
Oh,
but
and Andre.
Ironically,
I could go through a long list.
Yeah, there are 3 areas that we weren't quite able to address in the draft with young guys to come on. Linebacker, I guess we did with Marquise Flowers, but offensive tackle we weren't able to address this season. Wide receiver we did address with James Wright late, and then lastly tight end. We didn't get addressed in the draft. Obviously, Ryan Hewitt comes in and fills a big void.
Huge.
But we also lose Alex Smith. So we went down 2 guys at that spot very quickly.
Yeah, let's not talk about what you've lost, right? We don't have those guys. Give me your MVP. You got an MVP that you can throw out very easily?
Well, you know, I never want to single anything out, but I think I think the guys who pull the football team together and pull them forward all the time, and I would say Andrew Whitworth and Domata Peko, for what they do as football players and what they mean, how they play week in and week out, and continue to pull the football team forward. And with their leadership, their toughness, and they both do a great job as leaders.